and Yaka were the same person. Luca faked his death. It's a Canadian girl behind the accounts.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. You guys are just dragging it at this point. And don't get me wrong, I'm not siding with the haters nor supporters. But can we please stop dragging this controversy? Because even in both situations where Luca is telling the truth or not, the people who sent them death threats and other stuff are still clearly in the wrong. But I'll tell you right now, sending threats and doxing people isn't cool, no matter the situation. And if you feel like that's the only solution for when something goes down on the internet, something's clearly wrong with you. And if a Canadian girl is actually behind this whole thing, yes, she's in the wrong for faking BPD and whatever else and should take accountability. But nobody is obviously going to admit that they were behind a fake famous BL story account on TikTok. And now for the big blow, if Luca is or was telling the truth of being a gay Russian teenager, which honestly isn't likely with the evidence I've seen, you're still in the wrong. You're still in the wrong either way in my opinion. But anyway, bye. Hashtag stay gooning.
I'm going to explain some of the weird things that my boyfriend does. To start, he will bite himself until he breaks flesh. Me and his mom obviously stop him when he tries, but sometimes we don't see him do it. He also attempts to eat dirt and mud. This one of the more stranger things I've had to stray him away from doing. Of course, the little inhumane thing never listens, so it happens more than imaginable. Near our staircase in the house there is a slab that you can only get onto if you jump, or use the railing to climb onto. I don't know how he does it, but my 4'11" beast of a boyfriend always manages to climb up there. I find him dangling over the edge of it, like a bat. It gets even worse as he can stay up there for hours on end, but when it's time to come down his short ass can't do it, so he sits up there and starts screaming until someone helps him. On some days I also find him cuddle up in our bed under the blankets. Never think anything of it until I see he's licking the top of one of our cat's heads. This is just a few of many things he does. I don't make these to slander my boyfriend before people start whining. It's more for entertainment as well as answers if he's actually a human or some random being in disguise.
Can someone call me by my actual name? For context, my name's Henry. No, it's not short for anything. That's just my name. But some people can't wrap their head around the idea of a girl being named that. Some of my teachers and classmates flat out refuse to call me Henry and call me Henrietta instead, which is still a lovely name, it's just not mine. And I know it's not that big a deal, but my name is very special to me. The name is from the first book my mother read in English when she moved here. She wanted to name me something in English, as a sign of her fresh start in a new country. But now I barely get called it from others because of gender norms. And even she calls me nicknames in public because of how judgy our small community is. I just don't know what to do.
I feel like I'm an issue. I get close with people so easily and so quick. I wait for them, like a dog, like a stupid, clingy friend, and I've lost so many friends because of it. A lot of people dislike when I'm overly affectionate, where I care for them with a lot. I want to treat people right, I want to give them the affection they want. But every time I mess it all up and they leave because I'm clingy, I'm annoying, I'm needy, I'm impatient, I'm just a bad person. I want to stop the way I act towards people, but I want to make people feel happy and safe. But instead I make people scared of me or weird to be around. I always try to be polite and cheery, but when it's denied, I just want to give up and hide in a hole. I feel so shamed all the time for the way I act. I hate myself. I hate my voice. I hate my looks. I hate the way I act.
So today I witnessed something deeply offensive. I was at Target, just minding my business, living my little consumerist life, and I saw a sign that said Coquette Quarters. And I thought, oh my god, my spawn point. But no, it was not. It was not Coquette. It was not even adjacent to Coquette. It was just white and pink, just cheap plastic pink. Nothing Lana Del Rey Girl Router Pearl Pinterest coded about it. It was bachelorette party clearance aisle, not please, I'm a star. Was that too niche? Sorry. But that's just a crime against humanity. Coquette humanity specifically, but humanity in general. My culture is not your costume. You cannot just slap a ribbon on a mug and call it coquette. You cannot spray paint something baby pink and go, ooh, soft girl aesthetic. You're spitting in the face of my entire way of life. Coquette is heart-shaped lockets, poetry, and vanilla perfume and lace curtains. Not here's a hot pink throw pillow with the word XOXO and glitter glue. If you want to do coquette, do coquette. Stop this cosplay. Anyway, Target, do better. Gracie, out.
Cut on how I got 6 million score on BlockBlast. I recommend turning Wi-Fi off for no ads. Keep replaying until you get these blocks. Wushu. place the blocks exactly how I do. You will automatically get these blocks. And the glitch has started. Here is how I do it. Yay, 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 yay. Ooh, ha, 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 ha.
This morning I was waking up to my parents and sister fighting. I come out of my room and my dad starts yelling at me about cleaning. Last night I cleaned the living room and bathroom. He started calling me and my sister names, saying how we don't do anything or contribute to the house. So I brought up the fact that I cleaned the living room and bathroom, and he smacked me for talking back according to him. He does this a lot and is really abusive. I just want help to get out. I was in foster care for a while, but they got custody of me back. I can't go report any of the abuse to CPS because of my little brother. He has autism and behavioral problems. If I reported it, I would get separated from him. I have documented some of the abuse because he leaves.
Don't ever let me get my hands on a nerd. I know I already made a video about nerds, but I'm not done. Am far from done. I need an awkward nerdy boy. I need a boy who has a disgustingly vast knowledge of one topic. I need a boy who looks like he's never gotten a kiss from anyone in his whole life. I love nerds. Like, yes, baby. Tell me about your Lego sets. Tell me the whole lore of Star Wars. And all the nerds I've met are freaks. I love freaks. Yes, darling, I'll whisper stuff in your ear while you whimper and moan, begging for more because you just can't stop. The glasses, they stay on. I'd ruin a nerd with the glasses, and if they are deathly pale, more points. I love when my guys look almost dead. Whoa, the wind is insane. Anyways, I'll be back to yap more later.
I love watching mukbangs, but I hate when they say have a bite, then they don't give me time to have a bite. Like, please give me some. If I had to pick a favorite mukbang, I would pick Wingstop. That chicken looks so delicious. Sadly, I've never tried it, but I want to so bad. I also like onion boil, noodles, seafood boil, and enoki mushrooms. Okay, now listen to this music. Okay, has out.
I hate it when my friend joins me and says my real name. She's like, "Hey, Michelle, let's call." Like, sure, I'll call you, but don't reveal my name to strangers. And then in every game, she keeps saying my name. Like, "Okay, girl, you wanna play?" So like I tell her every time. And guess what? She still says it. So like, girl, nitrogen monoxide. Like, how many times do I have to say this? Like, the first few times I'm okay with it, but then it just becomes a habit. Please learn how to say my display name. This isn't a big deal, but it feels so annoying to say it over and over. Like, you can say it all, but just don't say it on online stuff like Roblox or just social media. NGLIJS wanted something to rant about because it feels good. So bye, I'm done ranting for now.
I fucking love my wife. She's the most gorgeous girl I've ever seen. That thing. I haven't tagged her in this, so I can try and keep this a secret. She's actually so perfect, she's like a goddess. 030, no. not just saying that because I'm a sub. Whoa, that wind was crazy. Anyways, as she's such a cutie patootie, I love what she does to me. Like whenever she kisses and bites my neck. Yesh, it makes me want to spread my legs like scissors for her. Is there a hurricane? Damn, there's a lot of wind. IDK, why we're so freaky towards each other? I mean, we are goon buddies. But in all seriousness, we are. Just pookies for now. Duh. But I'm thinking of asking her out. But IDK. What should I tell her? Hey, you're hot, please fuck me. That's too freaky. Deep. I'm going to lose my shit, ISG. Please tell me what I should do. If she sees this, I'm cooked. Anyways. I love my wife. Melon out!
Bye! She's still with me. So basically, she said that she thinks she's Pan anyway, and loves me regardless. But side note, it did open up a debate in my comments. I'm gonna chip into, I never expected her to change her identity for me. That was never an option, and I didn't want her to. I would have been happier knowing that she was herself without me than being someone she wasn't with me. And I did briefly mention that in the video. A similar situation happened to a friend of my mom's. Basically, she came out to her girlfriend as trans MTF, but her girlfriend wasn't a lesbian, so broke up with her. The trans lady became really hateful towards her ex because she didn't change her identity. Now, kinda on the other hand, attraction does go deeper than just looks and gender. But let's say I was close with a guy, but wasn't attracted to men. He could be like the male version of my GF. Like, hypothetically, if I wasn't dating her, but he's a guy. It's a different thing. He could be perfect, but if I wasn't attracted to men, I wouldn't change who I am to date him. Did that make like any sense? IDK. Caden out.
Since when is sexual assault funny? Because why are grape jokes getting normalized? It's honestly gross and disturbing, and it's not just a joke. If you think laughing at grape makes you look cool or funny, it doesn't. It makes you look like someone who's never experienced real pain and has zero empathy for the people who have. Some of y'all even go as far as threatening people or saying you hope they get SA'd. Like, what the fuck? And every time someone dares to call it out, you default to the same tired, immature response. It's just a joke, you're so sensitive. Then good? People should be sensitive to grape. People who've experienced this kind of trauma don't get to laugh it off. They don't get to scroll past it and feel fine. And they sure as hell don't find it funny when the internet turns their pain into a joke. Also, when people say, I was just rage baiting. Bro, that does not make it any better, and that's not an excuse. Rage baiting does not make it okay to joke about assault. It just means you wanted to get a reaction by being cruel and insensitive. Wanting to get a rise out of people doesn't change the fact that you're trivializing real pain and suffering. Let's also address the disgusting claim that men can't get raped. That is flat out wrong and dangerous. Men can be victims of sexual assault. Anyone can be victims of sexual assault. Saying otherwise erases their experiences and contributes to the stigma that keeps survivors silent. And don't even get me started on the idea that a man must have wanted it just because he got aroused. Guess what? A physical reaction isn't the same as consent. The body can respond involuntarily even in terrifying or unwanted situations. This mindset is exactly why male survivors feel ashamed, embarrassed, or like they won't be believed. They're told to man up, or that they should feel lucky it happened. Lucky? For being violated? That's sick. Imagine telling a girl that. You wouldn't. So why is it somehow okay when it's a guy?
So my boyfriend sent this really embarrassing video of me to his friend group, like a group chat with his friends.
The comments in that video is actually disgusting. I remember coming across this video on my For You page, and I felt so bad because this person's clearly upset. So I opened the comments to see if people were comforting him or saying nice things to him. All the comments were basically saying PMO, or calling them an attention seeker, or just ignoring that they're genuinely heartbroken. Like, you can hear the AI voice breaking, and you can hear it. It sounds like they're crying. I'm actually genuinely disgusted at all of those comments. Look, why the fuck would you see someone crying and think it's an appropriate moment to start hating on them? This isn't pick-me behavior. They're clearly upset, and they're clearly just showing their feelings on this app, like multiple other people have done. So I don't understand why it's different when this person does it. For their privacy, I have blurred out their username and tags in the video I stitched, well, kind of recorded and put it on. Yeah, I really hope this person is okay though, and I really hope all the hate stops, because she doesn't deserve, or they, I don't know, they don't deserve that hate that they're getting right now. Anyways, bye-bye.
It annoys me so much how people make out that being a pro shipper invalidates any points you make. Like, why am I seeing pro shippers calling out actual predators? And then people reply with, would agree with you, but you're a pro shipper. Hello? You cannot be serious. You're going to ignore actual predatory behavior being called out. Just because the person who called it out likes edgy fiction, you clearly don't actually care about real victims. Then when they get criticized for bringing up something irrelevant in a situation where someone's actually being harmed, they'll make out like they do care. So why are you switching the attention to that rather than the actual issue at hand? And then these same people who supposedly care about victims then wish serious harm on pro shippers. They'll say things like how, I hope your family member assaults you so you feel it back. Oh yeah, you definitely have the moral high ground here. Because I like a fictional pairing. You hope my family actually harms me. Cool, got it. You're clearly morally superior. Because that's all it really comes down to for these people. I don't like this pairing, so I'm morally superior. Sure, keep saying that if it helps you sleep at night. And then these people don't even know that not all pro shippers enjoy problematic fiction. The pro in pro ship does not mean problematic. Pro is a prefix to be for something. Same way you'd say pro LGBTQ, it essentially just means for shipping. These people actually piss me off. It's totally fine if you're not comfortable with problematic fiction. But don't then invalidate something important just because you have a grudge, and also hoping we die? You can't seriously think you're morally better after that.
Okay, wait. This is not a Milo update, okay? I'm going to let the man breathe. We're meeting up again soon. I'm letting him rest from the chaos. But something insane happened during our date, and I need to scream right now. So we were just vibing, right? Like me and Milo walking around, sipping our boba drinks. Yeah, everything. And then we pass by the park and I literally freeze. Because I see my childhood best friend, like my ride or die, my day one, my even half of my lunchable bestie, kissing my fucking bully. Like, I don't get bullied now, but I got bullied some years ago. For context, like full hands on his face, leaning into it, making out like it's a Nicholas Sparks movie. And Milo's mid-sentence talking about his dog or something, and I just go, wait, is that her? He turns around like, who? And then he sees. And we're both just standing there watching my former sister in crime play tonsil tennis with the one guy who's been my arch nemesis since the dawn of time. And Milo literally goes like, ain't no way. And I'm gripping my drink like it's the last thing holding me to the planet. Like, what do I even do with that info? I haven't talked to her since. Like, girl, you didn't even give me a warning text, a soft launch, hey, I'm about to betray you real quick memo. Anyway, no Milo update yet. I'll promise I'll give details after we meet up again. But this needed to be documented, okay? Because I am in shambles and playing BlockBlast aggressively about it.
I might get flamed for this, but I wanted to talk about it anyway. It's about the misinformation around pro shipping and pro fiction. A lot of people have the complete wrong idea on pro fiction. Pro fiction or pro shipping does not mean problematic. The term has slowly been distorted to the point that this is what everyone thinks it means. Now, whenever someone hears the word pro shipper, they think that person ships minors ex-adults, which isn't true at all. Someone that is a pro shipper may like completely normal / unproblematic ships and dislike problematic ones. It essentially just means they stay in their corner and what you like in fiction doesn't bother them, as long as you aren't harming anyone in real life. The issue is most pro shippers people see online are the rage bait cute core, ones that are actually people who either want attention or are trying to make us look bad. The pro shippers you're seeing 99% of the time either aren't actual pro shippers or they're 14-year-olds going through their edgy stage. Majority of pro shippers, myself included, don't blast it all over social media and shove it in people's faces like these accounts do. I like dark fiction, which for anyone that doesn't understand, dark shipping / fiction is probably what you thought pro shipping is. Dark fiction is, as in the name, the darker side to fiction. And I wouldn't shove that in anyone's face because not everyone's comfortable with that and that's totally fine. that everyone has boundaries. People that enjoy dark fiction that are often on AO3, which is a website designed for people that fall under the pro-ship umbrella and was created by pro-shippers. A lot of people who dislike us go on there and will leave hate, despite the fact you're entering a place designed for us, which is what becomes frustrating. Comp shipping is also something that gets heavily hated on, even though no one seems to know what it actually means. A large amount of people who dislike us are comp shippers without even realizing it. Comp shipping means complicated, nothing extremely dark. It's essentially just enemies to lovers, mortal x immortal, and things along those lines. Of course, it's totally fine if you don't want to call yourself a comp shipper, but that's all comp shipping is. Also, pro shippers that wish harm on real people are not actual pro shippers, because that goes completely against the concept of pro fiction being fictional only. They're either rage bait or just people we don't claim. One bad pro shipper does not make us all bad. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for listening to this whole rant.
Hey guys, it's Eli. Thank you all so much for all the support on my previous post. I got a lot of nice comments and DMs about June, and it made me really happy that others love her as much as I do. I've been dating June for almost 2 years now and known her for 5. Yet never in my life would I have imagined having such a healthy and loving relationship with someone like her. I moved to a different state near the second semester of 7th grade. I was a pretty troubled kid before moving, like getting into fights, talking back to adults, skipping school, and doing whatever else I could to burn out my frustrations. I'm not going to trauma dump too much in this post, but I was pretty depressed, and my parents were too busy working instead of emotionally and mentally supporting me during my most crucial years. But that aside, they transferred me to a different school, so perhaps they did see that something was up. It was hard to change at first, since I was such a stubborn person. I still am, but June has beaten me in that area of expertise. Blending in with everyone was difficult, because all my peers already knew each other, aside from me. And I never went to a private school before, so all the strict uniform policies, rules, and even how people acted was completely foreign to me. But one day, my parents suddenly invited our neighbors over, and they said that they wanted to introduce me to their daughter, who was the same age as I. I was reluctant to be friends with anyone at that time, much less a girl. I had the immature mindset that having play dates with a girl was completely stupid and outdated. Sorry, June. But my parents were very insistent that I made at least one friend here, so I wouldn't be lonely. At first, it was really awkward, like what was a newly turned teenage boy and girl going to talk about? Plus, June was even more shy in the past than now, so it was hard for her to open up. Our first couple playdates were all orchestrated by our parents, most of them ranging from sitting around in the living room watching cartoons to me awkwardly offering my Xbox console to her. Eventually, June did open up. Instead of me starting the conversations, she would. She even started talking about the random quarrels she had with her little sister, or how her friends never wanted to watch the movies she'd choose. I began finding out a lot more about her than I expected. After that, we voluntarily went to hang out with each other, and it finally felt like I had a genuine friend in my life, one that I could confide in without being judged. During school, though, we didn't really talk, except for the occasional highs in hallway. She had her own tiny friend group, and I was focused more on hockey than anything else. However, I started gaining more friends at school after meeting June, because as embarrassing as it sounded, I started to learn how to properly speak and socialize with others. Although there was some occasional slip-ups, I was slowly changing because of June. Anyways, I didn't expect to talk this much. I don't want to make this video too long in case you guys get bored out. I might make a part 2 if you guys want. Eli out.
So hey guys, I know no one is probably gonna see this, but that's fine because I just need to run, I guess. And if you wanna hear it, you can. But basically, my fine shy, right? He's like a new fine shy. We've not been talking lately. We don't freely talk. We do have a few conversations here and there, but it's not even really flirting, I guess. I guess one time I was oh, that we know I don't even remember what conversation was actually, but I just remember there was a little bit of flirting, and that was it, I guess. And I was obviously really happy because I was dating this really hot guy, and bro, okay, I don't want to sound cocky and stuff, but I know he wants me because he's literally told his friends that who have told my friends that who have told me, he's literally said yeah, I would definitely get with her. Yeah, if I got the chance to, I would. And I'm bro, you have the chance. I'm literally right here. Just make a move, but at the same time, I don't think he talks to girls that much because he's very quiet. And with from his friends, his friends are all really loud and stuff, and they're all talk to girls. He'll go to parties and he'll make out with a bunch of girls, but I don't know if he's like that because apparently he cannot talk to girls, which trust me, I do understand that now. He can't, but it's fine because I'd much rather my guy, no, not know how to talk to girls, didn't know how to talk to girls. Because, like, then he could fuck off, and I don't want that to happen. And, like, bro, me and my friends, we're going to a water park soon. And, like, I live free, but I really wanted him to come because I get to see him top as number one and number two. Like, we get to, like, fuck around in a pool, like, bro, what? That's gonna be so fun. But no, he's a fucking nutmeg, so we can't do that. And then my friend was like, oh my gosh, I'll just invite him to my house with a bunch of guys, and obviously you're coming as well. And I was like, oh my god, wait, that's actually my idea. And she asked him, and he was like, yeah, I'm down for that. Like, bro. But I don't know. Sorry. And I don't know, but I don't know if my friend said I was going. Actually, I'm gonna ask her when I'm done with this. But like, oh my god, I actually can't wait. Like, my fine shy is like, he's just so like, he's not even my type. That's the thing. He's literally the opposite of my type, but I know he's gonna get less. Because, like, bro's so far. You guys don't understand. But yeah, guys, that was my little rant about fine shy. I'll update you.
Focus,
What the fuck is happening with my life now? So let's start from the beginning. There's this guy and he's living in the same neighborhood with me. And his mom is my aunt's bestie. I'll tell y'all about our lore later. So only thing you need to know, my aunt and his mom were friends for a long time, but we met only this summer. I don't know when it happened cause not gonna lie, at first I really hated him, but now. Why is he low-key fine? Shoot, like, bro. I think I got a thing on him on 4th of July. We celebrated it at my aunt's house and my family and his family were invited. There were a few more guests, but it's not so important. Although I know it's fucking important anyway. I had no clue that he will be there, by the way, and when I came and saw him I was like, damn nah. But you know, I didn't want to spoil the relationship with his family because they are good people, yeah. So I just stayed hoping we won't be interacting much. Also, as I said before, there were some other guests and we were low-key friends with some of them, so it wasn't that bad, you know. Oh, I forgot to mention, we came there on 2nd of July and left on 5th, and I totally spoiled my sleep mode. So let's imagine it's the first day. I have already accepted that we will celebrate Independence Day together, and I greet the guests. There was also my cousin and a couple of people I knew, so we had a company of guys from 16 to 19 years old. And, since everyone stayed overnight in my cousin's house, we decided to play stereotypical night-over games, truth or dare, try not to laugh, etc. And it was totally okay, nothing interesting, but then. We decided to play this game. When you choose a question, for example, name the kindest person in this room, and one person read it and say the person's name out loud. Then he flips a coin, and if it flips on the tail, then he needs to show the question everyone. But we decided to change the rules, and now the person who picked the question need to show it only to one person in the room. So we played and then it was his turn. So he picks a question and says my name. And then he flips a coin and it flips on tail. So he showed the question to my cousin, and later, we were sleeping together because there was not enough rooms. She speak to me like, girl, guess what was name of guy's question? I was like, I don't know. Then she started laughing and making a hee-hee sound, so I still don't know what was his question, but probably it was something, you know, hee-hee. You probably think, girl, you gave us nothing, it was the first day, okay? Believe me, it will be much more interesting from now on. Oh, last thing I'll tell y'all about in this video. This night I woke up cause I'm not a fan of sleeping in new places and I'm an anxious bitch, so I went to the kitchen to get some water. And I saw him. Shirtless. And then he saw me. Of course I made a face like it was nothing but guys. So I pass by him, take a bottle of water and turn back, and he stands as close to me as possible. At that point that might sound fictional, so guess what my stupid ass decided to do? I just said, let me pass, ugh. I panicked. Then he make that one smirk, guys. Like, bro, we're not in a dark romance book, but go on. But he just let me pass. Oh. I have not enough time to tell you about next day, so if you want a part 2, let me know in the comments. Bye.